I have always been a huge, mega gigantic fan of Gohan. Gohan is actually one of my favorite things about Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z would not be Dragon Ball Z if Gohan was a different type of character. And I would even argue that Dragon Ball Z is to Gohan what Dragon Ball was to Goku. That Dragon Ball Z is just as much about Gohan, if not more about Gohan, than it is about Goku. A lot of people might not remember this, but Dragon Ball Z actually opens up after the narrator has his little narration sequence with Chi-Chi calling Gohan's name. She calls Gohan's name 2 times, and then after that, it then goes to a scene of Goku. So that to me shows that Gohan actually is the main character in Dragon Ball Z. And if you think about it, Gohan also has more screen time than any other character. And Gohan has actually arguably gone through more changes than any other character in the Dragon Ball universe. From a totally innocent child who seems completely unaware that he has a Dragon Ball in his head, and by the way, him having a Dragon Ball in his head in the first couple of episodes, to me is another sign that he is the main character. That's like their way of crowning him the main character for this series. So anyway, from a totally innocent child with a Dragon Ball in his head, to an innocent child with a severe rage problem, to them being trained by Piccolo, to them being a child who's willing to go to an alien planet practically by himself. He went with Krillin and Bulma, that's not really any help. So he goes to an alien planet practically by himself and faces down the universe's strongest being, Frieza, to them being the child who takes on and defeats the next strongest being in the universe, Cell, to then becoming this, the Great Saiyaman. It seems like Gohan at this point in his life was trying to try out for the Ginyu Force. But unfortunately for him, I believe even the Ginyu Force would reject the Great Saiyaman. And then they had somewhat of a comeback when Gohan became this, when he took on Buu. But then Dragon Ball Super comes around, and it seems like Gohan has managed to reach an all-time low, even below what he was at with Great Saiyaman. When we're given this super preppy Gohan who wears glasses, I don't know why he wears glasses, I guess it's to make himself feel more normal. I'm sure he doesn't need to be wearing glasses, maybe it's to have this kind of Clark Kent look. And he even fights Frieza's soldiers wearing a tracksuit. And if you just compare this Gohan to the Gohan that faced Buu, it looks like he's half the size. I mean, he's completely lost his muscle mass. But now it appears that Gohan is making a comeback in the Tournament of Power. And after reading what Akira Toriyama said in an interview he had just a couple months ago, I have a new theory pertaining to Gohan's future. A theory that will allow us to totally forgive and make sense of Gohan's low points. So in Akira Toriyama's latest interview, he talked about the existence of these S cells, and he talked about how these S cells are necessary for a Saiyan to become a Super Saiyan, and he linked these S cells to having a kind heart. And of course, out of all of the participants in the Tournament of Power, and arguably out of all the characters in Dragon Ball Z, Gohan has by far the kindest heart. But not only that, Gohan has also not gone Super Saiyan throughout the entire Tournament of Power, despite fighting some of the most powerful enemies in the Tournament of Power. He fought this guy, whose name I can't remember, but he was pretty damn powerful. He fought this other guy who was capable of instant transmission and who Frieza actually had to save him from, and I'm going to come back to that in a moment. He also fought 2 super fused Namekians, each of whom fused with probably dozens, if not hundreds of other Namekians, and he fought these guys pretty much single-handedly. He fought them while Piccolo was charging up his special beam cannon. And then after fighting those guys, Gohan also single-handedly held off this 3-way fusion of robots, and this 3-way fusion of robots was strong enough to hold off Goku and Vegeta in their Super Saiyan Blue form. And not only did Gohan hold off this robot, but he was also the one responsible for annihilating this robot with an awesome Kamehameha wave. Gohan didn't even go Super Saiyan when we're taking on Ani-Raza. I mean, just look at this. Frieza turned into Golden Frieza, Android 17 gave it his all, Goku and Vegeta are Super Saiyan Blue, but there goes Gohan, not even in Super Saiyan form. And I believe that him not going Super Saiyan is actually causing him to store up more S cells, which is going to lead to him exploding into a whole new level of Super Saiyan. which is easily going to lead to him being more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue. And for those who will try to say that Gohan can't go Super Saiyan in his current ultimate form, you're wrong, because even Frieza called him out on this when Frieza had to save him from that enemy that was capable of instant transmission. Here's a screenshot of that. Frieza says to him, "This is because you wouldn't fight full strength right away," and then he tells him, "You should have just gone Super Saiyan and fought back." So long story short, when I saw these episode 123 spoilers, which say, attacking the enemy along with Android 17, grabbing Toppo closely, 17 blocks Toppo's movements and orders Gohan to take them both out at the same time. However, Gohan is hesitant to attack and they lose their opportunity to take out Toppo. I thought to myself, well, this is Gohan further demonstrating his kind heart, and to me, this action will just build up more S cells within Gohan, and what's going to happen, as you can see in the episode 125 spoilers, God of Destruction Toppo appears. So Gohan is just being set up to get pissed off. He's setting up to really rage out and reach another level of Super Saiyan. What I see happening is Toppo and Jiren absolutely annihilating Goku, Vegeta, Android 17, and Frieza, and I see Frieza maybe saying something to Gohan that's going to trigger Gohan into totally raging out. Gohan is totally going to end up blaming himself for the situation that they're in, and it's just going to cause him to completely lose it. When he's going to achieve this new transformation and probably win the Tournament of Power for Universe 7. Anyway, that wraps up my first video for this channel. I hope you all loved it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a happy new year.